They say trust is the foundation of any relationship. That once it's broken, everything else falls apart. I never truly understood what that meant until I discovered a hidden camera in our bedroom. A camera I had planted. A camera that showed me a version of my wife I never imagined existed. This story isn't a movie. There's no heroic ending, just raw truth, betrayal, and the kind of heartbreak that changes a man forever. My name is Eric, and this is how one tiny device revealed everything I wasn't supposed to see. Melissa and I had what people called a storybook romance. We met in college. I was a quiet finance major. She was the artsy, outgoing design student. Opposites, sure, but somehow we clicked. Like puzzle pieces that just fit. She brought color to my life. Spontaneous weekend getaways, candlelit dinners, surprise birthday scavenger hunts. She made love feel exciting and new, even after years. We got married in a cozy ceremony at a vineyard. Friends, family, vows under the golden sun. It was perfect. Or at least it looked perfect. After marriage, we moved into a 3-bedroom home in a quiet neighborhood. She set up her home office for freelance work, while I commuted to the city daily. Life was steady, predictable, comfortable, but somewhere between comfort and routine, something shifted. It wasn't obvious at first. Melissa had always been a little quirky. She needed space, creative freedom, alone time. I respected that. I loved that. But about a year ago, her moods began changing. She became distant, cold. Not always, but enough that I noticed. She stopped asking about my day. She stopped cuddling up to me at night. Our conversations turned into basic exchanges. Did you take the trash out? Or can you pick up milk? There were no more surprise date nights. No random texts during the day. No intimacy. Just silence. At first, I blamed myself. Work stress. Fatigue. Maybe I had lost my spark. But then I started catching things. A cologne scent in the bedroom that wasn't mine. Clothes she never wore before. Lipsticks I hadn't seen in months suddenly on her nightstand. And that phone, always clutched in her hand, flipped screen down, notifications hidden. I'd hear her giggle at something on her phone, then look up and say, just a meme. But the laughter never reached her eyes. My gut screamed at me, but I kept quiet. Because once you ask the hard questions, you can't unhear the answers. The breaking point came on a Thursday. I had a half day at work and decided to surprise Melissa for lunch. I imagined us eating together, laughing like old times. But when I opened the front door, something was off. There was music playing softly, a slow, sensual jazz tune she never played. The house smelled like vanilla and something else muskier. A cologne, maybe? I called out her name. She came down the stairs, startled, breathless, in a silky robe that clung to her like water. Not lingerie, but close. Eric, you scared me. I didn't hear you come in, she said. She gave me a quick hug, then rushed to her laptop. I glanced at the screen, just for a second, and I swear, I saw a man's face. Shirtless. Smiling. She slammed it shut. Just a weird client, she said, laughing nervously. That's when I knew. She was hiding something, and I had to find out what. That night, I stared at the ceiling while Melissa slept beside me. My mind was spinning. I wasn't the confrontational type. I wanted proof. Not guesses. Not assumptions. Cold, undeniable evidence. The next day, I visited a tech store and bought a discreet camera. One designed to look like a regular phone charger. No lights, no sounds. Completely silent. I planted it behind a bedside lamp, facing the room. Every part of me hated doing it. It felt wrong. Violating. But not as wrong as the sinking feeling that my wife, Might be cheating on me in our own bed. For the first 2 days, nothing. Melissa worked, paced the room, made calls, browsed on her phone. I felt foolish. Maybe I was paranoid. Maybe stress was making me see patterns where there were none. But then on day 3, everything changed. It was 11:28 a.m. Melissa walked into the room wearing that same silky black robe. She was on the phone. I turned up the volume. Yeah, he's gone. Come through the side gate. The front door's unlocked. My heart started pounding. 5 minutes later, a man walked in, tall, muscular, confident. No hesitation. No awkward greetings. Just familiarity. They kissed. Not the kind of kiss you give someone you're having a fling with. This was routine. They joked. She laughed, really laughed, in a way I hadn't seen in months. Then she said something I'll never forget. He still thinks I'm overworked and tired. Poor guy. He has no clue. They both laughed. And then they moved to the bed. Our bed. The rest. I can't describe. Not because I'm protecting you. Because I'm still trying to protect me. I sat alone in the dark, watching the footage on repeat. Not because I wanted to, but because I didn't believe it. I kept hoping the video would change. That it was some prank. That I'd wake up. But reality doesn't change. Only people do. That night, I didn't speak. I couldn't. I slept on the couch, claiming I had a headache. The next morning, before leaving for work, I placed a flash drive with the footage on the kitchen counter. I didn't leave a note. She'd know what it was. When I returned that evening, she was waiting, pale, crying. Mascara streaked down her cheeks like black tears. I can explain, she whispered. No, I said. Don't insult me with that. Not after what I saw. I made a mistake. It meant nothing. I looked at her for a long time. You did this in our bed. You mocked me. You let him walk through our home like he owned it. And now you want forgiveness. She tried to reach for my hand. I stepped back. That man you laughed at? He's gone. You broke him. I moved out that night. Took what I needed. Left the ring on the dresser. She called. Texted. Emailed. Even showed up at my office once. I didn't let her in. She sent letters. Said it was a mistake. A moment of weakness. That she still loved me. But if love is real, it doesn't humiliate. It doesn't destroy. My therapist told me that betrayal is a form of emotional violence. I believe that now. It wasn't just cheating. It was gaslighting, mocking, deception. In the place where I should have been safest. The first few months were dark. I couldn't sleep in silence. I kept hearing their voices. I replayed every moment from our past, looking for clues I missed. Was our wedding a lie? Did she ever love me? Was I just a convenient placeholder? I drowned in what-ifs. But slowly, painfully, I started healing. I found strength in solitude. I reconnected with friends I had distanced myself from. I joined a gym, picked up journaling, started hiking, and most importantly, I learned to forgive myself. Not for loving her, but for trusting someone who wasn't worthy of it. If you're still with me, listening to this story, thank you. This isn't just a tale of betrayal. It's a warning, a wake-up call, a mirror. If your gut is telling you something's wrong, don't silence it. You're not paranoid. You're perceptive. I don't regret planting that camera. Because sometimes seeing the truth, no matter how much it hurts, is the only way to set yourself free. I'm not bitter. I'm not broken. I'm just rebuilt. Wiser. Colder. Stronger. And next time, I'll protect my peace like it's the last thing I own. Because once trust is gone, love has nowhere to live.